Boxing Day. Good morning. It's a beautiful day for a run. Let's see what happens. Up the hill. Okay, so in 2021, I ran two of my fastest times. My 5K in Tyrone, Pennsylvania, at the Zook 5K. It's a memorial 5K event, and I ran 30 minutes and 7 seconds. And that's on my Athlinks. And then I ran my fastest half marathon in 2021 as well, the Youngstown Marathon, which is a hilly course, but I ran 2:42, 2 hours and 42 minutes for that half marathon. So going into 2022, like in the back of my mind, I thought, well, I would like to set a time for the 10K. And then after I got into the year, I also decided I wanted to see if I could run a marathon, since a marathon is a big name event. So that was my goals for 2022. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about the 10Ks. I ended up running 2 of them, training for a third one, but I did not get to run. Yeah, so 2022 was going to be my year of the 10K. Like, that was going to be my focus. But even by May, I was starting to think, I wonder if I could push myself onto a marathon. Well, anyway, so the initial plan was to do a 5K in Block Shannon, get a little speed in my feet. That's in May, I think May 28th. And then do the Conquer the Canyon 10K in July. Right now would be my peak, and see how I did. Because I originally thought the Conquer the Canyon had been a rail trail race, so it would have been flat and fast. I could have set a good 10K base time, something to be really challenging. So anyway, on the morning of I think May 28th, whatever, if that's the date for Black Machine and 10K. Well, I was going to the 5K. We got there late. That happens. We were there 15 minutes late, which meant there just wasn't time for me to get into that starting line for the 5K. The 10K started an hour later so that people could run the 5K, 10K double. Not me, but some people do that each year, which sounds like fun. The 5K at Black Machine is fairly flat too, so it wasn't a bad time. Last year I'd gotten 32 minutes, and I thought, oh, I could definitely improve that on a course that's 90% flat with one big hill at the end. Yeah, so I got there late, and luckily the nice people in Black Machine let me transfer my registration to the 10K. And so I was off, ran the 10K that I knew nothing about and hadn't trained for. Now I had not trained many hills, a couple short ones to get ready for a sprint up that one hill at the end of the 5K, but nothing sustained, nothing hilly. I was avoiding hills, trying to put speed on my legs. And my longest run had been a slow 6 miler. So I was running a 10K off of no experience. So, I did it, and it was super fun, actually. It was such a beautiful, beautiful race, and I set what is currently my 10K personal best. Yeah, so I ran 1:19:08 at the Black Machine 10K off of no training. And at that point I was thinking, well, I could really focus on a 10K and improve that, or I could try for that marathon goal, right? That goal that I think maybe every runner should try once in their lives. I don't know, no matter what your distance is. And of course I'm still trying to find what my best distance is. So I didn't know whether my best 10K time would be close to my 5K time, or pace anyway, or close to my half marathon pace, which is slower, right? So I can run in the 9s for a 5K. So I started training for the Conquer the Canyons when I finally decided, we were on vacation in Michigan, that actually no, I'm going to turn 2022 in the year of the marathon. And I stopped training specifically for 10K and started right then the Hal Higdon app, right? Run with Hal Plus for the for the marathon. And I plugged in the Conquer the Canyon as a mid-training, as a early training test race. Yeah, so Conquer the Canyon was coming up in July 23rd, and I had started a long, slow trudge to my marathon training plan, which I didn't know at that point would be taking speed out of my legs. Conquer the Canyon had been my big vacation race. We got a hotel up there and spent a weekend in the Pennsylvania Grand Canyon. Lots of state parks up there. It's beautiful. Near Wellsboro, right? But I was actually over by one of the small state colleges that Pennsylvania has. So I ran the Conquer the Canyon, found out that it wasn't a rail trail race. It's actually very hilly. And at that point, I'd been working on a run-walk technique, so I decided to just do it. It was a super hot day, like one of the hottest days of the summer. And so I knew getting that 10K PB was out. So I decided to use it to work on, see if I could find a run-walk strategy that would definitely work for the marathon. And I ultimately didn't. I gave up on the run-walk strategy and just did the heart rate zones, zone 2 running, which worked really well for my training for the marathon that came up in October, which ended up being my peak race. So anyway, yeah, 1:29 something for So hour 29 for the Conquer the Canyon 10K, 10 minutes slower than when I had not been doing long runs and I had just been doing speed work for that Black Machine at 5K. So was it disappointing? Not really, because at that point my entire focus had been on becoming a marathoner. But that was my year of the 10K for events that actually happened. So finally, the last one was another vacation race since we were going to see friends down in DC for Thanksgiving. And I set up I registered for the charity race, Turkey Chase charity race in DC, in Bethesda, Maryland. Oh, slippy. Okay, so there I was, finished up my first marathon, yay me, in the beginning of October, and I knew I could salvage the year of the 10K, salvage 2022 for what my initial goal had been, the year of the 10K. And yes, I'd set a personal best, but that was on my first try and my only and not a particular. And training with just speed work and no long runs wasn't ideal, and training with all long runs and no speed work wasn't a good idea either. So I started training for this Turkey Chase, taking a turkey trot seriously, right? Only people on YouTube do that, right? But anyway, yeah, found a nice 10K to do it on. It was definitely going to be less hilly than the two that I had done already, even if it did have some hills in it. And with the right training, some long runs and some speed work, the right dose of each, I knew I could beat that 119, get it closer to my 5K pace, if not my 5K pace, get that average pace down maybe into the 11s for it, so it wasn't so close to my half marathon pace. So I used the Run with Hal app, having gotten me through my first marathon. I thought, well, I should trust it with another training plan, and I did. And on the speed work on the week of the charity race, Turkey Chase in Bethesda, I was doing some intervals on the C&O Canal in DC, and I tripped and I injured my ankle and my shoulder, and that ended my running season for 2022. And any hopes that 2022 would be the year of the 10K. Though, in a way, it kind of still is the year of the 10K. Not the perfect year of the 10K, but it was good. It was a good year, very good year. Ice. Jumped on the Lederer loop, Lederer trails, little trees. Fun to not worry about pace when I'm traversing a winter trail. Chunky footwork. Happy final day of Hanukkah, first day of Kwanzaa, and Boxing Day.